Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the magnificent Portstewart Strand. What a setting and what a week to be here. Of course, the Irish Open already underway, just 200 metres above us up there. Over 100,000 people expected to be here over the next few days. It is going to be brilliant. We're broadcasting from Harry's Shack today, one of the hippest restaurants in the country. We'll be hearing from the main man, Donal Doherty, in just a few minutes. We've got a packed live show for you, brought by Tourism Northern Ireland. We've got Hollywood stars like Jamie Dornan and Jimmy Nesbitt. We've got Hollywood County Down stars like Lawrie McDowell, and of course we also want to hear from you. Get in touch with us and we'll read out the best of your messages. We've also got local boy Alan Simpson. He's been our roving reporter over the last couple of days. He had a brilliant day yesterday with the celebs at the Pro-Am, and he's also been up on the course already for us today. Let's hear from Alan now, the hair in the air, the host from the coast.
Here we are, the stunning first tee of the amazing Portstewart Links course, looking amazing behind us. And this is the business end of things for the professionals as they get down to real hard work. Yesterday, of course, that was the turn of the amateurs and the celebrities to mix with the professionals themselves. And boy, that was fun. Don't you just love it whenever a plan comes together,
that's
eh?
it, I know, yeah. It's fantastic. I mean, geez, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world when the weather's like this. You know, it's fantastic. So many people out here. It's going to be a great week.
Can I stand on top of the hill? Because I actually look smaller than you, but I am actually taller than you. So, links golf, what do you reckon?
This is my first experience actually of links golf. I've played a lot of coastline golf courses before in other parts of the world, but this is my first proper experience, and what a place to do it.
It's a lively part of the world as well.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
We like to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I can't wait for the golf. Get it out of the way and then get straight into a drinking establishment where we can enjoy some of the fine local brew.
Yes, adult refreshment.
That's what it is.
Once the sun goes down,
yeah,
the smiles get even wider. I chatted to you last week, you were really excited about the Irish Open here in Portstewart, living up to expectations.
Very much so. I mean, it's been a beautiful morning here this morning. Really kind of showing off the views and the sights and sounds here, and we've had great crack out here this morning. A couple of guys, involved in tourism and travel here in Ireland, and bringing people up to the North Coast. More importantly, I've enjoyed that the last few years. The last 10 years really myself, spending a lot of time in the US, making sure that people, when they come to visit Ireland, they get themselves up to the North Coast and enjoy what we have to offer up here, which is a bit special.
It's fantastic, but it's a bit nerve-wracking, this, to be honest. I'd rather be facing the Germans in front of 60,000 people, but hopefully I just get off the first tee and don't embarrass myself.
It's fantastic for the country though, isn't it?
It's magnificent, the way, what a beautiful course this is and a beautiful part of the world, and I think everyone is going to enjoy themselves not only today but the whole week.
This is not a Portstewart day, I assume?
I don't know where the breeze has gone. This is a freak.
Yeah.
Probably snow tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't love golf today. But yeah, listen, I couldn't be more proud to be from Northern Ireland, so any chance that you can get to show it for what it is a brilliant country, then it's a great thing, and tell everyone that's what coming home is to me, is landing in Belfast. I still get very emotional when it happens. It happened this morning, tears in the arrivals. But yeah, I love it.
I'm just testing the heart rate. How is it, Jimmy?
Fast, pumping.
No pressure. There's thousands of people here today, but on certain parts all you can hear is the sea. You can hear the sea crashing in, you can hear the waves, and then occasionally you hear a ripple of applause. And over my right shoulder you can see the 18th gallery, which is starting to grow and grow and grow. And come Sunday evening, I would say there'll be a crescendo of noise around here. So do you think there's much chance of the US Open champion British Club guy coming to the north of Ireland?
We're going to have to get him over. Yeah, he's a bit of a homeboy, but he knows all about Ireland and he's never been. So I think after he sees this on TV, he'll be
get a bit of a taste of the links course before the Open.
Absolutely.
You made it.
No, it was good.
You enjoy that?
No, it was just about the first, the tee shot. The first obviously was disappointing. After that, it was very good. Actually,
there was a bit of pressure on you.
There was a bit of pressure. No, I played well after that.
We actually managed to get as many people here today at the Pro-Am, which is just like the warm-up for the main event, than a lot of the actual European Tour events get on the final day's play, which is amazing. Just shows you that this little corner of Northern Ireland is extremely popular with absolutely everybody. People from every single continent, all shapes, all sizes, all age groups, all colours represented. In fact, 50 shades of Portstewart. More tomorrow.
Well, what more could the ladies want? Jamie Dornan, Jimmy Nesbitt, and of course Big Alan Simpson. Brilliant stuff at the Pro-Am yesterday. It really was just a wonderful day. Welcome back to our live broadcast from Tourism Northern Ireland. We're at Harry's Shack. Donald Doherty from Harry's Shack is with me now. Donald, you got to tell me you're a big golf fan.
I'm suddenly a huge golf fan.
It has been brilliant up here for the last few days, hasn't it?
Not just when we heard the news back months ago, and we've seen the build-up, and now the village being built over the last few weeks, and suddenly yesterday with the sun and the weather so good up here, I can't even describe the buzz and the atmosphere. It is just unbeatable.
Obviously, people will be expecting you to tell us that you're hoping for a real financial lift, but the truth be told, you probably don't really need it. Things are really, really doing well here.
Listen, since we opened, this has been just a tremendous success. People have loved what we have created here, but this week isn't about Harry's Shack. I mean, this week's about everyone coming up to the whole coast, enjoying themselves, and certainly when the golf finishes, we are rammed, and that's all good.
What is it about this place in particular and the North Coast in general at the moment? There have been some extraordinary things written about this area. People like Jay Rayner, for example, raving about what's on offer here.
Well, he certainly transformed our PR machine. I think the idea of coming to the beach or coming to the coast, that you're beside the water, the spectacular scenery and beaches and the cliffs and the causeway, it just connects with people who have busy lifestyles. There's a freedom up here that I can't explain, that you don't have to go away on holidays. An hour drive up the road now to Portstewart is a holiday, and people just get that feel-good vibe even before they come through the doors of Harry's Shack.
Speaking of freedom, there is one little creature who has just lost his freedom. In terms of an illustration of how fresh our produce is, there's a lobster coming in from over here that, what, an hour ago, Donald was...
Well, about 45 minutes ago,
45
Peter Boston,
minutes ago.
You'll see his little orange boat, sometimes dotted just over our shoulder, and he arrives in every morning with a big pot of whatever he's caught. That becomes the menu at lunchtime. We meet the boats over in Foyle Fishermen's Co-op. We grow their own vegetables, and it comes here onto your plate. And it's a winner, you know. This is what people want. They want to taste the coast as well as come to visit the coast. Yeah, that's what we're about.
He's not having such a great day. Presumably, that is really a huge selling point right along this coast. Is that, what do they call that, fork to field to fork? And
Well,
presumably sea to bowl or sea to plate or something?
Sea to shore here. I mean, that's what there's an outdoor healthy lifestyle thing that people want, and with that is food and local fresh food and fish. I mean, that's what we're all about. And so thankfully they travel from overseas, hundreds of miles, 50 miles, they come here for it. So.
Donald, my mouth is literally watering, so I'm going to let you go and get lunch ready, if you don't mind. Thank you very much for joining us and for your hospitality today. Of course, this is the first round proper of the Irish Open. Play is underway right now. Let's get the thoughts of the players ahead of the tournament about golf and about Portstewart in general.
Graeme Poulter, how was the Portstewart experience for yourself?
Yeah, it was nice. Obviously, first time playing over here, and you know, I enjoyed it. It's a good golf course. It's testing, it's tricky. You have to hit it, you know, obviously very straight off the tee. Positional play is going to be key this week, and you know, it's a great part of the country to come and play golf.
Yeah, how's the golf? Carrying on?
I'm trying to. Yeah, I started hot, and it's sort of quieting down a little bit, but I'll keep trying.
Do you want a bit of wind?
Either. I don't mind. We'll just see what comes. I'm a man of all weathers.
Well, what about the conditions? Do you not think it's a little bit...
It's a little bit subdued today. But no, yesterday was a bit breezy and a bit windy. I think you look at the weather for the week, it's going to be a bit on and off, so we'll see. I think this golf course will grow some teeth when it does pump around here.
Yeah, well, I live in Ireland, so it's always nice to play a tournament at home, and you know, my first time in Portstewart, so it's an amazing place. I mean, the weather is beautiful today. Hopefully we get some nice stuff for the week, and yeah, it's good to be home. And it's tricky in places, you know, we'll just have to wait and see what the conditions are, but like, you know, I'm kind of used to whatever conditions they want to throw at me, and you know, I just have to go out and drive it okay and hold a few putts, and I think it'll be all right. I played the north of Ireland a few times up in Portrush, and I've obviously played the Irish Open in Portrush, and yeah, it's just a really nice place to play golf, and the people love their golf up here, you know, and it's, you know, I'm sure there's going to be huge crowds this week, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, they are two different nines. The first nine is set in some huge sand dunes. You actually hit a lot of elevated tee shots down into the fairways, which can be awkward, especially if it gets windy. You know, you're way up on a lot of holes. but it does mean the holes play short because you're getting that elevation change. You've got a lot more bunkers in the back nine, you know, and each one of those bunkers is not far off effectively a penalty shot. So yeah, tougher back nine, but a spectacular front nine.
And the frustration continues, and that's a little bit where my game's at the minute, doing a lot of right things and just can't seem to get that little bit of belief and confidence out of the weeks. But you know, we'll keep chugging along, and you know, I've been through you know, lows like this in my career before, and you just got to keep battling on, and this will be a hell of a great week to really kind of reignite and re-spark my confidence and my belief in my game.
Well, G-Mac's not too happy about his game, but he's been a bit hard on himself because our information is that he's flying at the moment. He's in the top 20. Last I heard, he was 3 under for the round. So hopefully Graeme has found whatever it was, whatever problem he felt was annoying him. I think he's resolved it. Joined by 2 representatives of 2 of the finest links courses along this stretch of coast. Bert Mackay is the general manager at Castle Rock, and Bernard Findlay is the course manager at Portstewart. Bert, who's your favourite today now that the first round is underway? G-Mac's going really well. Shane Lawrie as well, we hear, by the way, going really well. 5 under last we heard.
We're going to be back in Shane Lawrie. We're very fortunate Shane's wearing our logos for the week. So the more airtime he gets and the higher up the leaderboard, the better it is for us as well. So we're hoping Shane kind of keeps it going.
Bernard, your tip?
Well, I'd like to see Justin Rose win, to be quite honest. I think he's been performing well recently, and why shouldn't it continue? Yeah,
Bernard was... Justin was looking great yesterday, very friendly. He went round with Jamie Dornan and Jimmy Nesbitt, and it's fair to say that he's a considerably better golfer than either of those 2 Hollywood stars, because they nearly humiliated themselves off the first tee, but it was all taken in great spirit. The course looks absolutely magnificent. Bernard, how much work has gone in over the last few months, if not the last year?
Well, certainly over the last few months, the months being, we've known about this 14 months back, and the work by everybody at the club has been immense. With this week in mind, and the green staffs that I would like to talk about the most certainly have and continue to put themselves out a great deal on behalf of the course.
We saw Des Giffen there yesterday. I knew Des because we were up here filming for Ultimate Ride with Tourism in Northern Ireland a couple of years ago, and Des did a great interview. He was the course designer. He designed much of that now famous opening 9. Indeed. How is he feeling in the last few days, seeing the best players in the world? You know, if number 2 in the world is here, Rory's here, G-Mac is here, everybody is here, Justin Rose is here, Danny Willett's here, we've got champions all over the place. How is he feeling that they're playing on the course that he has helped to manufacture?
Well, I know Des, for a long while before we started work, was dreaming, walking the hills of the dunes, thinking about golf holes. And I'm sure today he feels very, very satisfied.
How are you feeling, Bert, when you see what's happening here at Portstewart? I know Castle Rock is maybe slightly different logistics-wise, but obviously they're setting a standard this week that every other course needs to follow.
It's great, you know. I mean, the whole North Coast is really on the map now. From Portrush to Portstewart and ourselves, you know, as the crow flies, we're no more than a couple of miles apart. So, you know, it's great. You know, I think the spin-off for the years ahead is going to be massive for us. And certainly, obviously, the tourist board are working harder. You know, it's certainly made for golf, as they would say.
There's you playing, Bert, in the ultimate round, and playing very well, might I add. Your course also looks magnificent. I suppose this is just a case of slightly adapting what is a really unique sort of natural phenomenon, and you know, the catchphrase is made for golf, and all you need to do is tweak things slightly, don't you?
Absolutely. You know, we're very fortunate. We have a very similar kind of coastline. We have a lot of characteristics that Portstewart would obviously have. So, you know, we've got 27 holes there and some great dunes, some great golf course, and we're looking potentially to make some bigger changes going forward to the golf course. So, you know, fingers crossed, everything goes as it plans.
Let's hope so. Wish you both the very best of luck, both this week and in the future. A message from Matt Houston on Facebook. He says, "This is beautiful and I hope to make it there someday." I hope you come as well, Matt. You'd certainly be made to feel very welcome. Alan Simpson has been a very busy boy this week, as well as looking at the golf. He's also been around Portstewart and Portrush, seeing that the impact this tournament has had on the general area.
Everything is happening around this part of the world. It's so good. 100,000 people from every corner of the globe coming to this little minuscule part of Northern Ireland. Why? Look at this here. You could be in the south of France. sun shines all the time. Of course it does. T-shirts, shorts, everybody's wearing them. This is what it's all about. And look, puts the smiles on all these people. From where are you from, ladies?
Tenerife. From Canary Islands.
Where?
From Canary Islands.
You're from the Canary Islands.
Yeah.
Have you been here before?
No.
First time ever in this part of the world.
Yes.
Well,
Wonderful.
what do you think?
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. What is
amazing.
What is amazing about here that you don't have in the Canary Islands?
Too much green.
Too much green? Did you enjoy the golf?
Yes.
Yeah. You back tomorrow?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Are you supporting anybody in particular?
Rafa Cabrera.
Cabrera, of course.
From the Canary Islands.
And where are you going now?
Gina. Portrush, no?
Portrush?
Yes.
To go to the Remore for food?
Yes.
What a great idea. I'll see you there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, ciao, ciao. Of course, the Irish Open doesn't just benefit Portstewart. It benefits right as far as Limavady, Derry, Londonderry that way, Ballycastle and the Glens that way. The season has started, but with the likes of golf and with more events like this here, we have a 12-month season as far as tourism goes. And one of the reasons for that, of course, is the gastronomic playground behind me here, the restaurant quarter of the Remore. We have the old school Harbour Bar, which is more or less unchanged for years. People travel for miles for the views around here and take photographs, send them on social media around the world. And one of the most photographed views in the entire region is behind that window in the Remore restaurant. It's the dessert counter. The night time is where this region shows itself off. Round in Portstewart, just after the golf, we've got the amazing Two-Door Cinema Club, homegrown talent performing on the stage. But back here in Portrush, I suppose I may as well just do the decent thing and check up on our Spanish visitors.
Yes, of course, it's a great time to be visiting the North Coast. It must be extra special to live there, as Alan Simpson does. He's been fantastic for us over the last couple of days. Quick update on the scores. We said that Graeme McDowell was pretty close to the top. He is. He's only 4 shots off the lead. Stephen Gallagher from Scotland is also up there, so let's hope that Graeme can leapfrog him. And the current leader is Paul Peterson at 8 under par. Joining me now, former European Tour player Gareth Maben. Good to see you, Gareth.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You enjoyed the golf buzz this week so far?
Yeah, just, this is the first time I've been up was today, and just I parked in the town and walked to the golf course, and you obviously have all the fans and they're all really excited to be here, and what a venue it is, so it's really nice.
Have you any tips? Are we likely to get a local winner, do you think?
I would hope so. You've obviously got the likes of Graeme, who knows the course really, really well, and then you obviously have Rory, who's roaring, can do pretty much whatever he wants when he's on. So I would hope so. And then I think my dark horse for the week might be Michael Hoey. I think he's playing very, very well, and would really be excited to see him get a good result.
It would be lovely to see a local winner. It's difficult for Rory, isn't it? Everyone expects him to perform, but in fact he's performing even before the tournament starts because he's helping to bring all these players here. He's involved in so many things throughout the week with his foundation who are hosting the event. It must be hugely difficult. As a former player, you've got to put everything into the golf. How difficult is it for him then when he's needfully distracted by everything else?
Yeah, it's something, obviously I experienced it on a much smaller scale than Rory's experiencing it, but I always really struggled with it, just family wanting tickets, friends wanting tickets, people wanting your time, and obviously he's in a whole different level. So, to do what he did last year, by winning it, I think he showed that he knows how to manage it, and I'd expect big things from him this week.
Did you enjoy your time in the European Tour?
Oh, it was unbelievable. Especially the early years when it's just, maybe when you're not married and you don't have kids and you can give it your full focus. I think, when the kids come along and stuff, it changes the whole dynamic of it, and I still enjoyed it and stuff, but I was ready to probably be retired where I am now.
What are you up to now?
Actually really exciting. Got a couple opportunities, and I've been approached to open my own golf academy at Galgorm, so I'm going to go and get that set up, and hopefully that'll be open by the middle of August.
What is it like being in the midst of a big European Tour event like that? And is this probably the biggest? Obviously the majors we all know are massive, a different level, but in terms of the other European Tour events, everybody says that this is the biggest and the best every year, the Irish Open. Is that true?
Yeah, I think so. The ones I really enjoyed playing in were, obviously I played in the Open twice. Wentworth was always a massive one. Scottish Open I really enjoyed, and then the Irish Open, but it seems to me that UK fans and Irish fans seem to really come out in their numbers, for the tournaments and really support them well. So anytime I was playing the UK or Ireland, I really enjoyed it.
You've done your bit for golf promotion in this country, Gareth, which was 4 or 5 years ago. It sort of kick-started it. An amazing feature that you did at Dunluce, although I know you didn't quite enjoy it. It looks amazing. We're going to see some shots of it. Talk me through this. What was going on here?
Yeah, it was actually interesting what happened, on the way out to the castle on the boat. It was about 7 in the morning. I got about 5 minutes into the journey and I started throwing up everywhere, which wasn't much fun. But yeah, you can see me there. I'm on the pontoon and I'm hitting the ball up into the castle. It was a really good experience and just really fun to be part of.
Was this one of those things that sounded like a good idea at the time and then you got out there and the reality hit in?
Exactly, definitely. As soon as I stepped foot on that boat and it started swaying, side to side, I was like, oh, what am I doing?
Well, fair play to you because it looks absolutely brilliant. There is a serious point to this, obviously. It's so important to everybody here to promote golf. It does so much for the area, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Here being from here, we probably take it a little bit for granted, the quality of the golf courses we have, such as Portrush and Portstewart and Castle Rock in this area. And, that's why you have so many people from America come over and, they're really in awe of the courses we have. So just maybe we shouldn't take it for granted as much as we do.
What were people saying to you on the tour, other players, about their experience of playing here?
Yeah, anytime, we had an Irish Open. Obviously, I played in the Irish Open at Portrush, 4 years ago? And just the buzz about it, it's every bit as good as this week in Portstewart. And, when I was playing with guys maybe 3 weeks before, what's the course like, or where's the place to stay, or, where should we go eat and stuff. So just general tour talk and, people getting excited about it.
Gareth, great for you to join us. Thank you very much and best of luck with the Academy. Gareth mentioned Galgorm there, and of course they host another great event, the NI Open, which is on here in a couple of weeks' time. Really grown in stature, over 40,000 visitors to Galgorm expected over the week there at the NI Open. And here's Ross Oliver, who's their representative. Well, Ross, you're not far away now. How are things shaping up for the tournament this year?
Yeah, coming on really well. Sort of 5 weeks to go, and everything will really kickstart after the Irish Open this week and their marketing and PR campaign, and we'll be letting everyone know what's going to be happening all week at the event, so it should be a really great week.
You must be pleased with how the NI Open has developed in the last few years.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're into our 5th year now as a Challenge Tour event, and it grows from strength to strength, both in terms of spectator numbers and what we're offering the spectators at Galgorm during the week, so it's really exciting, yeah.
What kind of numbers are you expecting this year?
We're looking upwards of 40,000. Last couple of years we've had just under 40, so hopefully this year with everything else we've got going on we can get over that 40,000 mark.
Yes, that'll be another brilliant event, the NI Open. Another quick score update for you. I mentioned Paul Petterson. Yeah, the lead. He's the lead, course lead at the clubhouse leader at the moment. 8 under. Paul is. Stephen Gallagher of Scotland is 5 under. Graeme McDowell, our GMAC, is 4 under. Pádraig Harrington 3 under, and Shane Lawrie 2 under. That is a wonderful showing from the golfers from this part of the world. Another couple of golfers from this part of the world. Well, certainly one golfer from this part of the world. One of Galgorm's finest, and I'm also told flukiest players. Liam Beckett is with me, and our roving reporter extraordinaire, Alan Simpson, as well. Liam, Galgorm looked great in that. It just shows you, I suppose, the golf courses in this part of the world, we are literally spoiled for choice.
Absolutely, Graeme. Right around this coastline, it's absolutely fabulous. You go inland, Galgorm, fabulous. I'm very honoured to be an ambassador for the Northern Ireland Open this year, and really looking forward to it.
Can't think of a better ambassador. And speaking of ambassadors, Mr. Simpson, what a sterling job you've done the last couple of days. Darren Little has joined us on Facebook. He says, looks amazing. Wish I was there again. Just come on up. I'm sure, I don't know where you are in the world, Darren, but we're not going away. Sure, we're not, Alan. There's going to be a buzz from this event for a long time to come.
Well, you talk about buzz, you talk about noises. You go to Portrush and you hear the screams of everybody in Barry's Amusement Park. You come to Portstewart for the Irish Open and you're hearing the screams of excitement of the fans. And do you know what? Even the players themselves are bowled over.
You were almost giddy yesterday at the Pro-Am. How good was it?
Because you look at, I think Donald mentioned it earlier, you're planning for an event like this here for Portstewart, and it's a huge event for Portstewart. But whenever you see it come to fruition and you see the pictures on social media, I was getting texts last night from New Zealand, Fiji, Hawaii, Australia, people saying, we didn't realise it was like that. It is.
It certainly is.
It's better in real life,
Yeah, just
actually.
look behind you. It's absolutely brilliant. You had a great time yesterday as well, Liam. You're up at the Harry Gregg Foundation at the moment. You're having great crack with Lynn McCool, trying to chip balls, Rory style, into the washing machine. And there's a bit of money on that, wasn't there?
Absolutely. You know, I'm obviously a patron for the Harry Gregg Foundation as well, and they're here. They're the chosen charity this year by Rory, the Rory Foundation. But you know, we talk about showcasing this event. My goodness, thousands of people here, and you don't really even have to use any words. I think the backdrop and the entire event and the manner in which it has been prepared is absolutely fabulous.
And chipping shots into the washing machine.
Yeah, I got one in the third go, and Lynn lost her bet. She's meant to be the pro, but she taught me a bit of putting one time, but I'll need her again, to be honest with you. But it's a great event, and you know, Alan just alluded to the buzz there around what I would call the paddock. I'm not used to the bikes down here because it's just up the road, the Northwest 200, and that's the same. The buzz that's around the tented village or the paddock or whatever you want to call it is fabulous. I don't think I've ever witnessed anything like it, Graeme.
Who do we give thanks to this for, Alan? There are so many people working behind the scenes to get big events here, and this has got to be the future for Northern Ireland, big events like this.
Well, you look at Tourism NI, you look at the Causeway Coast and Glens Council, the work that they put in, but you know what? You look at the volunteers that have been around this week as well. You know, even just this morning, I watched a guy and he's trimming the hedge just behind us here, just to make it look good for the people that are coming to the town. And that's an interesting thing, actually. Over the last few years, we've learnt lessons from 2012. You know, the image of this area has gone up. The standards are rising and rising, rising all the time.
I know you're very grateful as well to John Bamber, people like him at Royal Portrush, for the work that these guys do on a voluntary basis, remember.
Well, you look at John Bamber at Portrush, at Royal Portrush, past president. You know, that man, along with his team, you know, let's just say if it wasn't for him, I don't think we'd be looking at the Open in 2019.
What about the Open in 2019, Liam?
Oh, fabulous. You know, I keep harping on about the same thing, Graeme. Sport is this country's
Wouldn't be like
greatest
you.
asset. You know, and this coastline in particular, the North Coastal route, is absolutely fabulous. And I keep saying sport is this greatest asset this country has ever had, in my opinion. It's the greatest common denominator. We have people here with all the different accents, including mine, by the way, because a lot of the people think I'm Polish when I start speaking. But anyhow, all the accents that we've had here over the week has been fabulous, and they'll go back, I would hope, with great memories of what they've, the hospitality of the Northern Ireland people as well.
Yet?
Yes, roll those subtitles, by the way. But to be honest, you know, they'll go back, the hospitality, that you'll always be greeted with a smiling face, unless you're one of the golfers maybe today, but you'll always be greeted with a smiling face. The hospitality, the Northern Ireland, we're renowned for it, Graeme, and we always roll it out. Let it be the Northwest 200, let it be the Super Cup NI, the youth football tournament we run on the coast here. It's fabulous, and you know, that showcases what Northern Ireland's renowned for, is its hospitality and its scenery, and you just don't get any better way of doing that than through sport.
Heather McCallan certainly enjoying it. She joins us on Facebook, says, our beautiful North Coast, no place like it, and we would certainly agree with that.
Absolutely.
One of the most amazing things is you've got these world famous golfers, a guy called John Rahm, tipped to be the new Seve, and I tell you what, that's an hell of an accolade when he's only, 21, 22, Alan. He isn't bothered with the big spa hotels and the luxurious surroundings of everybody else. Where's he staying?
Well, he's staying in a bed and breakfast in Kerr Street in Portrush. You know, he doesn't need his pedicure at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 5-star hotel. But in talking about that, you know, people think, you know, everybody needs 5-star treatment. They're getting 5-star treatment in some of the B&Bs themselves. Yeah. But just announced this morning, Liam, a 30-40 million pound investment in Portrush for a new hotel. There are actually 8 planning applications for new hotels in this area at the minute.
Great news, absolutely, yeah, without a doubt.
And that's where we've struggled in the past, or the bed spaces. So I think everybody's coming up to speed on that.
Yeah, I think
that's
we're moving in the right direction in terms of hospital. You know, you need to have nice places for people to come and stay and appreciate what we've got. And I think that announcement this morning of that new hotel facility is another one. And the more the merrier. To me, we're making progress, and let's keep it going along that way, because we have something special in Northern Ireland, and it's vitally important that we exhibit it to the rest of the world, and this Ireland Open Golf Championship this week is certainly going a long way to doing that.
And you look at tourism, we were talking to Jimmy Nesbitt
yesterday. We're talking about John Rahm there sleeping in that B&B. That's a lot better than I used to sleep in the Dunlop, the back of the van, the transit van. That was our accommodation at all the big events.
5-star,
including here at the north, pure luxury in the back of a transit van on a plank and a mattress down here at the Northwest, just up the coast a bit. But John Rahm's very lucky.
Final word to you, Alan. Just sum up what this has been about this last
as I
few
say,
days
you
and the
know,
next few days to come.
We were talking to Jimmy Nesbitt yesterday about every place round this area now. You see dotted all these trucks and people filming. You know, there's 3 movies been actually filmed in this part of the world, going live around the world next year, and they'll be showcasing this part of the world as well. One of the great things for me, obviously, living here, is hearing all the different accents and meeting all the people here for the first time.
Thanks, Alan.
And they're going. Their jaws are dropping. They can't believe the value for money, and they can't believe the sights and sounds that they're getting for nothing.
Graeme, just briefly about the whole event. Let's not forget we have the sports people here as well that can do it. You know, particularly in this event. Don't rule out an Irish winner.
Yes.
Who's your tip?
Wouldn't that be great?
Graeme McDowell.
GMAC, let's root for GMAC and for all the Irish players. Wouldn't it be amazing to have an Irish winner of the Irish Open? Very quickly, Emer Coleman's on Facebook. Watching coverage like this reminds me of just how beautiful my homeland is. Everyone around the world needs to make it at least one trip to our lovely county in their lifetime. I certainly agree with that. My thanks to Liam, my thanks to Alan, and to all our guests here at Harry Shack, to Donald for hosting us, and to Tourism Northern Ireland for putting all of this on. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. We'll see you again in Portrush in 2019. Bye for now.
A lot of work goes into it. I'm very lucky that I sort of put my name to it and everyone sort of rose in behind me. But there's a lot of people that have worked very hard to put this event on, and if it wasn't for them, obviously, yeah, we wouldn't have this week.
It's fantastic for the area, and with it's a good dress rehearsal for 2019 when it comes down the road to Portrush as well for the British Open.
You're looking forward to that?
Yeah. I'll certainly be up supporting. It's the 2 towns of Portstewart and Portrush come alive, and it's so well supported, such a knowledgeable fan base. You couldn't ask for more.
Oh, I think it's totally on the rise. I mean, in the last couple of years, obviously having the few Irish Opens up at Royal Portrush, I think that was the beginning of it, and then down to Royal County Down, and now here at Portstewart. It's only showcasing our fine links, and it's brilliant because, you've got Scotland, but now the rise, they're all looking to come up north and come to Northern Ireland, and it's really healthy and it's going to be great for tourism.
Continues to, I suppose, change the image that people may have had of Northern Ireland overseas. All of this does wonders in terms of changing people's perceptions, people's willingness to come here, and the fact that we've got one of the biggest sporting events in British Open in 2019 coming here, will just give us an opportunity to showcase Northern Ireland to a massive global audience.
Well, you've always been, a great ambassador for this area. What do you think the magic formula is? If there is only one, maybe there's more.
The magic formula for coming up to the north, I think it's hospitality. I think people are so genuine and so welcoming here, and I think the fact that we haven't maybe had the level of tourism up here in the north coast that perhaps Dublin and the southwest of Ireland have enjoyed. I think we're excited about it. I think the Open in 19 coming up to Portrush, and the Open here, the Irish Open in 12 and the Irish Open again here this year. People are getting excited. It's driving the economy, and it's people realise it's good for everyone, and they're embracing it. So I think the hospitality and obviously the sights and sounds go without saying. The golf. The amazing.
The golf's in good nick, isn't it?
The golf's in pretty good nick. We've got some great Northern Irish players, but there's so much to offer up here in the North Coast, and we're so proud that everyone's come to see us.